Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to hop back in and talk about something I've been kind of mulling over for a few days now. We are kind of in a space where we are now diving more and more into this format coming up. We also have full spoilers as well as the new ban list, and we've had a little bit more time to kind of figure out the format, at least the beginning of it. And I want to talk about where the set has taken us in terms of design, and what it means for the immediate future of our game as a whole. Now, you guys may have noticed it's been a few days since I posted anything, but that's also because we are also in a weird lull, you know? We haven't hit our competitive season yet. We are still in our post-nats kind of, we've gotten through all the spoilers. We've had most of the announcements made about this new Fest event. And so, I'm not gonna front, man. If I don't think I can give you guys some good, thought-provoking, like hard-hitting content, I'm not going to force it. You won't catch me making random videos for the sake of making random videos, and that's something I'm always going to kind of promise you. If you do want more content that I am producing, you can always go over to UniXDB, where I'm going to be playing any Dragon Ball game that I feel like playing. You can go over to UniX Gacha, which I am going to be playing any, Gacha phone game that I feel like playing, or even other games, like technically Master Duel's a Gacha. I might put stuff up there if people want it. But right now I'm playing the new My Hero Ultra Impact game, very, very fun. And so yeah, the links for both those channels will be in the description. You can always hop over to those channels if you want to see me do more stuff. So with that being said, we're going to dive into what we've got here. If you like the content, remember to like, comment, subscribe, make the comment section turn into a little forum, and yeah, normal plugs. You got the Facebook group where you get all the official announcements and spoilers. You got the discussion group where you can go and talk about these things, but you've also got the official, well, not the official, but the non-official Reddit where you can also talk about all these things. There's a Universe X Discord you can join where we talk about all sorts of things pertaining to the game, as well as, other video games, anime in general, all sorts of stuff, and it's just a fun time. So, with that out of the way, I just want to remind you guys right before we get into things that we are still doing a giveaway. The metal cards are on their way, so as soon as I get them, I'll be able to showcase them and show you guys what we are doing. It will be focused around the Crimson Warrior, so I hope you guys have fun with that. And yeah, that's the end of the plugs. So when it comes to this, I'll keep it as short as possible, sweet as possible. I know that sounds weird coming from my channel, short videos. But we've got our 5 colors, and the overall message of this video is that I really do like what Realm of Gods is doing as a set. The utility they tried to put into every color with Realm of the Gods, the cards, the fact they can come rare or SPR is a nice little bump. The fact that we're getting a God rare, like a Chase secret rare, that's awesome. Now, when it comes to design though, this set does a lot of things that I like, but at the same time, the overall feel of the set makes me a little sad. And why would you think I'm saying this? Because essentially the status quo for the game has not changed any. Going into this set, the best colors in the game were in order, pretty much. You have yellow, and then black and blue kind of you could make arguments for both of them. Like, yes, Soul Striker is very, very good, but so is Gogeta Zeno. And then you had red in a weird space where it has some power, but it may not be consistent enough across the board to get it done. Power of a Super Saiyan really did hurt Divine Presence. Divine Presence is one of the best red cards that have been printed in a while. And then you had green, and green is just sitting there fighting for its life. Not even to be relevant, to like even be looked at. And when we move over into this set, like Cell Surge, I will say I don't count it as green because yes, it is a predominantly green deck and it is a green-yellow leader, but it is a green-yellow leader. I'm talking about like standalone like green. And yes, I guess you could count Cell Surge, but Cell Surge was a kind of toxic setup because of how the leader interacted with the rest of the hand destruction vibe. But when you go into this set, yellow took a hefty hit, and by a hefty hit, I mean they lost 3 copies of their Power of a Super Saiyan, which was a massively good card. Allowed them to extend their defense off of 1 energy. It's a free card that cantrips. There's a lot of things it does. It can save you from an attack, well, a future attack. If somebody uses a rival or an arrival-like effect, it could come in and just mop that up. But they also lost their best leader in terms of advantage, and that's a huge thing. Kid Icarus one of the most devastating parts about it was how it was able to maintain your hand size because it was plussing while most of your good cards cantripped. Now that that's not a thing, you're gonna have to start looking at more archetype specific yellow leaders, and none of them will plus as hard as Icarus did, which is going to change how many cards you get to your hand, which is also, with Power of a Super Saiyan, going to make it so that you have a couple less good cards that just cantrip. It's also going to make it so that you have less turns where you can just keep one energy open, so that means that your curve has to be a little higher. You won't be able to play 3 energy cost of cards and then leave 1 open, because if you don't have Power of a Super Saiyan, you might need to leave 2 open to not die. There's a lot of things that are going to go on there, a lot of rippling effects. But the fact of the matter is, this set is giving yellow power, Realm of the Gods, Black Kamehameha, and 2 relevant archetypes. That's a huge thing. On top of that, that leaves yellow, because yellow didn't lose anything as a whole outside of, you know, a leader. Then they have plenty of leaders, and they lost, you know, 3 Power for Super Saiyans. Yellow is still going to be a very strong color, if not the strongest color on its own. But you move past this and you go to blue, which was again already a strong contender. Blue did not lose a single card, but in exchange, when this set comes out, it will gain this new 3-drop blocker that can help you floodgate out attacks versus your leader. It also gains a Beerus that can potentially add more combo power to your battle card swings to create a double strike body that can untap energy draw. There's so many things that blue just gained some very good cards. Of course, on top of its Realm of the Gods card already. So blue just gained assets and blue lost nothing. So yellow came down a peg, blue went up a little bit. And then when you come to black, black just gained one of the most just raw assets they have had in a long time. I don't know how else to say it. And 2 cards really. They've got the blocker negate, which is crazy in black because black has never had defense, so it's supposed to be good like that. But more importantly, what they gained that's a monstrous card is the new Trunks SR. It's a 2-drop, and it costs 2 to play, and it's going to be able to refund your warp into, or recycle your warp into your drop. And that's crazy because now you don't have to extend more cards in hand. Like, you could have a grip of 16 and a grave of 0, a drop of 0, but you don't have to combo off your board in your hand to get this now. You just need to pay 2 energy if you have 8 or more in warp, play this Trunks, and then you can swing and put 3 back, swing in, put 3 back, bam, that's your fighting against fate right there. So the extension that black is able to have because of this card is absolutely disgusting. And it is just going to make black an even stronger color. So these are the three top dogs. Just stay the 3 top dogs. But now what you're going to be looking at is red. Red definitely gained traction. And I think red will be some mix between Rogue and Tier 1. Now that sounds really weird, but I mean, like, over the course of a tournament, a red deck may not make the distance. There are going to be some plays that yellow just has that are stronger than blue, or stronger than red, and blue will have that are stronger than red, and black will have that are stronger than red as a whole. But red still has a lot of pressure it can build up, and it gained a couple of good cards. It more of gained an archetype, but you know, King Piccolo, any of the U7 red leaders, they're going to be able to do damages format, and that is a fact that should not be overlooked. Now, with that being put out there, red, I don't think will be the most popular color. Now, it has a popular leader. A lot of people are going to want to play this new Goku, but I don't think red is going to be a de facto like top dog, just in terms of representation. And then green literally just got the same exact treatment, bro. Green got a couple of good cards sprinkled in there, 2 leaders that are very, very dicey to see competitive play, and 2 archetypes that are very leader locked. And once again, we are just in the position where for another format, green is just going to be very hard to play. It'll be extremely rogue, or it'll be almost meme tier. But it's kind of interesting. So this format didn't really change much, and that actually makes me very, very sad. Like, blue, yellow, black still probably going to be the most represented colors. Red will creep in there and crack some heads when it can. If a tournament's too blue heavy, red will sweep it. If a tournament's too yellow heavy, red might have a better chance. But Sin Shenron is also one heck of a deck still. It virtually was untouched, and so and then now that Fu is gone, it almost got like a shadow buff, because once you hit turn 6, that deck is almost uncontested. So we're just in a space where, unfortunately, this set did a lot of good things for the deck, but it did not upset the status quo. Even with the cards, the Realm of the Gods cards, right? Yellow is the only one that's able to destroy something regardless of whether it costs more or less than the person's total energy. It just has to be in rest mode, which is not even a condition for yellow. Then the back end, they go up 10k, draw a card, and tap 2 cards. That's just insane. And then you go over to red, and red minuses something by 30k. That's not a surefire kill for some cards. If your opponent has a baby hatch or a pan or anything like that, red is the only color that can't smoke it off the board after it's played. Like, you can play it in another color, and you can play a boss card in another color, and yellow could be like effect to tap it. Now, not hatch, because you have to swing after it regardless, but yellow is a card that can, or a color that can tap it, remove it. Blue can tuck it, it gets removed from the game. You know, green can pop it, it's warped from the game. Black can warp it, it's warped from the game. Red has to minus 30k and then play another card on top of it to minus it another 10k if it wants to get rid of a 40k. And that's just shafty, man. If that's the case, I think Realm of the Gods Ultra Instinct should have minus 40k just so it could, in line with all the other ones, tap down just these same things. So that's a little unfortunate. That kind of grinds my gears a little bit. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I do feel like, again, this is a great set. It's one of the best sets we've gotten in a long time, but it just really helped cement the format in the same place it kind of was before. And I really wanted to see, you know, red get into the big, like, top group. I wanted to see green be playable again, but we'll have to wait to see next set when it comes to green. I think red will be up and down in the format just depending on what the format is. If the format just shifts to completely Gogeta Zeno, or you're not even playing the game, red might have a harder chance because the aggression and pressure that black puts up is very, 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 very strong, and it happens turn after turn after turn, and you only have so many violent rays. Meanwhile, you have blue, and blue and yellow will probably duke it out very, very well, but red will have a harder time versus yellow than it will against blue. So if the format tilts to blue for some reason, then, you know, red will come up and could potentially take a lot of top slots until they have to start doing mirror matches and people actually start knowing how to play red mirrors. So yeah, that's just kind of my take on it. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you feel like this is, you know, where this is going, if you agreed, if you disagreed. Like I said, if you want more content on me, but I'm not currently putting up Dragon Ball Super stuff because we're in a little bit of a lull, go ahead, check out UniXDB, Unix Gacha, making stuff there. Dragon Ball games, My Hero, whatever you really want to see. So yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you the next time you decide to join Universe X. Later.